Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's the Distinguished Professor.
With a real patriot. He is my friend, and he is my great mentor.
And good-looking professor.
Now, in this session, I'll be reacting to this TikTok creator as she's talking about not dating American men, as well as there's another video about not going on coffee dates. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. In addition to that, make sure you tap that notification bell so you're not targeted at any one of my new sessions. Now, before we get started, I always like to give a special shout out to my men of class. That's confidence, loyal, ambitious, assertive, strong, and strategic, as well as my ladies of grace, gentle, resilient, attractive, compassionate, and elegant. Well, without further ado, let's get started. Class is in session.
Date American Black men. I have never dated an American Black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American Black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did. And hundreds of them, hundreds, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that. And then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they
Now, let me say, she's not an unattractive lady. Like she's a very beautiful lady. You can tell she is um, from the continent because of her cheekbones. She may even be Nigerian. Don't quote me on that, but she looks traditionally African. But she does have a lot of makeup on, which is what it is. I don't know what her body looks like, but I mean, I think she's a cute lady. I definitely would try to holler, but she don't talk to American Black dudes. Good thing I'm Dominican. I'm kidding. I'm not Dominican. But let's continue.
they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking Black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features, they will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So, reading the comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American Black men. American Black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not
And I want to just address that real quick. I don't know where she is in the United States, but I mean, and I don't know what she looks like without makeup. But again, I will say she's a beautiful woman. She's a very attractive woman. Um, so I don't know what people were saying in the comments about her not being beautiful or having Afrocentric. Why would you not want a woman who has Afrocentric qualities? I mean, that's getting you, I guess, we're getting you closer to home. I've been to Africa a couple times and I've enjoyed it. The women there are absolutely beautiful. Um, yeah, I don't know who these guys are that are saying that she's not an attractive woman. That's crazy. And I can, I guess, justify where she's coming from, kind of, as to why she feels the way she feels. Because if she's gotten, oh, you're not beautiful, you look too African, or whatever she may be getting from men in her sphere, then she may have said, you know, forget it. I'm just gonna start dating either non-American Black men or white men. You see this quite often in Black men, where they say, you know, I wanted to date Black women, but they didn't think I was this, or I wasn't thug enough, or I wasn't this, that, and the other. And they've tried for so many years and it just didn't work to where they're like, screw it. I won't date American black women. I will go somewhere else. So if that's what she's witnessed most of her life, then I can understand where she's coming from. But to say she's not beautiful, or that because she's Afrocentric, she's not cute. I mean, she's great cheekbones, beautiful eyes, gorgeous lips. Like I said, I don't know what her body looks like, but I mean, from what I can see, she's a beautiful woman. And this is not me simping. I just think she's a beautiful woman. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the content she has.
Saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark skinned black women, deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, "You're dark."
Now, that's something I don't agree with. I don't agree that black women deserve crumbs. But I will say, I don't believe black women are willing to put in the work that other races are to get black men. So the black men that black women are getting sometimes are quote unquote the crumbs or the dusties, because a lot of dudes stop checking for these young ladies. Sort of what I was saying earlier. Either they were boring or in glee club or whatever, and now they've made something of themselves, and they're like, well, y'all didn't want me then. Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all owe me, type situation. So I don't think black women are getting crumbs. But when you get women who are saying, well, I won't do this. I'm not doing that. I can't go here. I can't go there. You're going to do this. I expect you to do this. That's too much. That's the issue we have. If a man can't pay my bills, if a man ain't paying my rent, if a man ain't getting my hair and nails done, that should just be the just the maintenance. If I get married, I don't want to pay anything. That's crazy. Like, no other race of women are saying this. You go to the Chinese store to get Chinese food. There's typically a Chinese woman at the front counter. So they're working. Matter of fact, I always say this. Look at some of the black shows that we have. Cosby Show, Claire worked. Fresh Prince, Miss Banks worked. Matter of fact, look at your White House right now. Kamala Harris, a woman, black woman, Indian woman, whatever she is, she works. So when a lot of times women are in an echo chamber saying a lot of these same sentiments that I'm not doing this and the man has to do this, this, and this to get me, then a lot of black men are like, no, we're not going to check for that. We either go overseas and get a Caribbean woman or a black woman from the continent, or we'll date outside of our race. So to say that black women are getting crumbs, that's not correct. Black women are getting what they, I say you get what you pay for. If you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to adjust to what the market is saying they want from you, then guess what? You're going to get the things that you get. I work in sales. So if my product is not something my market wants, then either I need to adjust my product to the market, come out with a new product, or shut down shop. And that's the issue. So I don't believe that black women are getting crumbs. I think that black women are getting what they're getting because they're not willing to adjust. They're not willing to be led. So if you're not willing to be led, you're not willing to cooperate. So you're going to get what you can get because you're not making a market adjustment.
Dark skin, why do you have all these standards? The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see. And it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, oh, no, no, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my.
And I met a Caribbean black girl that was going on a date with a white guy, and they were meeting at one of the local parks here in my city. and that was a proper date. Um, Back in the day, no one took people on all these dates. It was walks. It was going to the movies. Those were dates. 20, 30 years ago. Those were fine dates because you have to get to know someone sometimes. I don't want to take you out and to 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 not like you, to spend all this time uh, in your face, and I need to go. And I know I'll have the second video later. I'll probably comment more on that then. But if women are upset that men are just looking for Netflix and chill, it's because there are women out there that have done it. Men only react to what the market does. They correct themselves. So if women band together and say, listen, I expect this, this, and this, then men will come correct. They will do what they need to do. But that's not every man. Every man's not gonna say, well, I want you to come Netflix and chill. They may get a bunch of F boys that will do that, but for the most part, a lot of men aren't doing that. Um, but the whole Netflix and chill and all that stuff, that is a thing. And it's a thing because women allowed themselves to be a thing. That's what free sex and feminism got you, you know? And in addition to that, I don't understand how you fought for the right to get to work and be equal as men and work and get equal pay as men, but yet you don't want to pay for anything. That's ironic to me. So why are you going to school to get all this education to not take care of anything, to not pay for anything? Why do you want to be a stay-at-home wife and with a master's degree? That's a waste of time and energy and money. That makes no sense. If that's what you want, if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, then you need to go to finishing school. You need to go to school to teach you to be a wife. Teach you how to be what you're supposed to be, because your mom definitely didn't teach you, and grandma ain't around to teach you either. So that's what you need to be studying, how to be a better wife. That's why when you looked at Professor Johnson, T.S. Johnson, when he had that black male studies class, those black women and Latino women were coming to his class. He said they were black. I may react to that video later. We said those black men coming, but he said the black men were there, and then black women started coming, and the black women started bashing the black men so much the black men left. But the white women and the Asian women, the white women and the Latino women, they stayed and they learned more about black male because either they had a boyfriend or they wanted to get a black man as their mate. And guess what? They stayed there, did the work, did extra credit, got A's in the class. And I'm sure those women ended up with a black male, but how many of our women are willing to do that? They're not, but they want to expect everything. Eric Thomas says, don't be mad from the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. So women, don't be mad for these results because you're not doing the work. And men, stop accepting women like that. So men need to do the work as well. There's a lot of work we need to do. We need to make ourselves better men. We need to treat women a lot better than what we're doing. We need to stop having a lot of babies out of wedlock. We need to stop laying up with these women that we wouldn't want as our wives. We need to stop dating these women for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and tell a woman up front what it is. But in addition to that, men, you need to start vetting these women out better. You know this girl is what she is. Don't get her pregnant. She's just a fun toy. Make her a fun toy. Don't make her a life toy. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Let's continue the rest of this video. I apologize.
Car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all. They're literally in my comments saying, what makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself. And when American Black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American Black men that are like this. It's just the large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of Black American women prefer Black American.
We're lazy and cheap. No, I think that would be some women. They're lazy because they don't want to do the work, and they're cheap because I would say this. If I take you on a trip to the Caribbean, if I take you on a trip to Paris, and you say, hey, babe, guess what? I want to take us on a trip. It's to the local beach down the street, 2 hours away. How much money is a woman spending on a man? Yes, Kevin Samuel said this a lot of times. He said, how much money have you spent on a man? And I remember he talked to one guest and she said, well, I bought him a Toomey bag. The Toomey bag's like $400 or $500. He's like, man, that's a dinner. A man spends $300-400 on dinners, $200 on dinners on a consistent basis. Let's say he takes your ass to Chili's. That's $40-50 you drink. That's $100. You go to Chili's 4 times a month. That's $400 he spent. Okay. That's what, $4,800 a year for him to get absolutely nothing in return. Your vagina is not worth that much. It's $80 on the street. And the girl leaves at the end of the day with no issues. So, and there's 1.5 million more of you guys, black women, than there are black men. You're a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. So what this one won't, another one will. So, but again, if we're lazy, it's because women have made us that way. You've made us not have to work for your sex. It's not our fault. We adjusted to the market. The market said, hey, sex is easy, sex is free. Come get it. Okay, we came and got it. So men aren't lazy. And then you talk about certain men, and everyone wants these men of high stature, high value, whatever, makes a lot of money. Cool. But then when you get those guys, you complain he's controlling. I can't do nothing. I can't wear nothing. He won't let me go nowhere. Well, god dang, damned if you do, and damned if you don't. We got a couple more seconds of this video. Let's finish this one out.
Men, but there are not enough good Black American men to go around. So I don't date.
There's enough of us to go around. You just aren't finding them. Let's see the next video. She was talking about the coffee. I think this is the one she was talking about, the coffee date. So let's go ahead and check this one out.
So I do not accept coffee dates from men, and I just want to talk about it. I do just want to say that my reasons are just that, my own, so don't get under my comment section upset or in your feelings. So why don't I accept coffee dates? Well, besides the fact that I'm really not much of a coffee drinker, I find that coffee dates are low effort, they are cheap, and they are the biggest waste of time, honestly. So when I go on dates, I truly do like to look my best because I do believe that first impressions matter. So I really do put a lot of effort into my look, and I find that putting effort.
And let me say something real quick. You're putting a crap load of effort into your look. I appreciate that. I love it. I applaud it. But if I'm asking you out on a date, I'm already attracted to you physically, right? Now I want to get attracted to you mentally, but I also want to get in your pants. So that's neither here nor there. So we don't really care what you look like. We'll screw a hole in the wall. We'll find a crease. But what I'm saying is, if I'm asking to go out with you, then I'm obviously physically attracted to you. Now, what I want to see now is what your body looks like, if I haven't seen it already through Instagram or pictures. And a coffee date is a precursor. Sort of, I always call it. It's like when you go on a job. Your first interview is no longer in the office. It's a video interview because they want to gauge to see if it's even worth you coming in. So yes, a man has a big job. If I want to spend time with you, that means at some point I may want to marry you, right? So if I'm going to spend my time, energy, and effort and finances on you, then I need to make sure it's worth the investment. Is the juice worth the squeeze? So now I need to see if our energies align, if we quote unquote vibe. I need to see if you're willing to get on my program. So this is like this is a video interview. So why would I want to take you out to Steak 48 or STK or Papa Do's or something like that and spend $300-400 for someone I don't want to spend time with? Because I've been on dates when you go out to dinner and you know within the first 10-15 minutes, like this is not it. But you've already ordered food, so it's like, crap, now I got to sit here and wait for food to come. I got to make conversation to this girl I know I'm not attracted to and don't want to spend time with. And then you eat and you go through that process and then you go on your merry way. So it's not being cheap. It's using your time effectively. And sometimes you may want to do 2 or 3 dates a night or 2 or 3 dates in a day. So that makes it a lot easier to go do multiple dates in one day because Men don't understand. Our time is money. Our time is valuable. You guys think you guys say you're the prize and we're the table, but no, that it's not true. We're the prize because we have what you want. You want marriage and family. We're the only ones that can give you that. We control access to marriage. We control access to relationships. You control access to who goes in between your legs. So coffee dates aren't cheap. Coffee dates are practical. Coffee dates are time effective, and you get to know somebody. So what is it all about? We're here to learn each other. We're not here to see how much money I can spend or how good you can look, how beat you can make your face. Let's continue.
Effort into my appearance for $5 bean juice is a waste of time. So when you ask a man, why do you like to take women out for coffee dates? They will give you a bunch of reasons. And I'm just here to tell you that they will never tell you the true reason as to why they ask women out on coffee dates. They're going to lie to you. They are going to guilt trip you by asking if you need free food. If that's why you're asking for him to take you on a proper date. Do you need free food? Are you hungry? And it's really just because they want the woman to be able to prove that she is worth a proper meal. I don't care about what reasons they tell you, oh, why does the price matter? It's about connection. You should only be focused. No, they don't believe in that. They really just want you to prove that you are worth a dinner, that you are worth a lunch. And with that information, with that knowledge, it's honestly disrespectful for a man to ever propose to me a coffee date. I wouldn't even go on a coffee date with my friends. My friend knows better not to ask me to have coffee with her. And I know.
Now, just so you know, I personally do not drink coffee either. I'm a tea guy. So a lot of times, even if I'm going on coffee dates, I'm getting like a green tea or English Earl, or I mean English Gray or something like that. Some sort of tea I'm getting. I may even get a cold beverage and a scone. So I don't necessarily drink. I don't drink coffee at all. Um, but again, it's a way for me to learn who you are. It's not because I don't want to spend money because I want to know who you are. That's the absolute truth. That's the truth for a lot of men. So for women who think and believe like this, and trying to find a man,
I feel sorry for all of them. I feel sorry.
I feel sorry for all of them. It's it's crazy, but let's continue to see what she has to say.
Better not to ask my friends that either because they're going to feel the same exact way. If we are going to get coffee, it's going to be on our way to the restaurant or on our way back from the restaurant. So I met a girl in class last semester who told me that she showed up to her coffee date in a bonnet, oversized sweatsuit, those black Adidas pool slides, and mixed match socks.
And you know what? Outside of the bonnet, had she shown up like that, I would have had no problems. You know why? Because now I know what she looks like in the morning. And it would be up to me to choose whether I want to continue going out with her or not. Because again, I stand on what I said. I'm here to learn more about you. And the fact that you couldn't put on just regular clothes, you could have put on some Lululemons and a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Doesn't matter. You could have wore something like that. I'm not expecting you to be to go all out and to dress all up. And men, for the most part, don't really care about women in makeup. We don't want you in makeup. We want natural. So if she showed up with a natural face and some sweatpants and a hoodie, that's fine. Or some sweatpants and a t-shirt, that's fine as well. This is not this is not like a official, just a date. Really, it's a date to get to know you. So how she showed up outside of the bonnet, because I'm not a big fan of bonnets, and I see dudes wearing bonnets. Why are dudes wearing bonnets? That makes no sense. Outside of wearing bonnets, I mean that's fine.
Because she told me that whenever she was going to get coffee, she was looking like who did it and why. So she showed up to the date exactly like that. And the guy that she met up with was so upset. That's honestly why I don't believe men when they say that a date is only focused solely on connection and that all the other stuff doesn't matter. If that was the case, the guy wouldn't care about how she looked like on the date. He would just care to get to know her, right? But no, he was expecting her to show up looking all done up. It was only
And how do you know he's expecting her to show up like that? Now let's get one thing straight, because I've said this multiple times and I'm continuing to stand on business. There's a thing called post nut clarity or post ejaculation clarity. We don't really see you guys as who you guys are to after we nut. So yes, we're trying to get to know you to see if we can spend time with you, but we also are seeing, okay, she has some. We're just looking for small foundational pieces that align with where we are before we get to that situation. So it's just weird for her to say this. Like, we want to have sex. Every date we take you on is a deposit in the bank of cheek clapping. Yes, that's a deposit in the bank of cheek clapping. And at some point, we're going to want to withdraw. So whenever that's the first date, the third date, the fourth date, but we're going to want a withdrawal. That's 1000% correct. So yes, we're looking at you as sexual objects until we get that nut, but we are looking for foundational things. There's a lot of beautiful women out there that are absolutely effing crazy.
Only one man who has ever asked me out on a coffee date, and I just ended up blocking him because, like I said, because I know why men truly ask women out on coffee dates, I find it very disrespectful, and I just don't want to deal with that. So you will be blocked.
And that's fine. You can block me, but just so you know,
whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. I'm trying to tell you. And to think I don't have money, say it for me one more time, Mr. Flair.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
I'm trying to tell you. So if you want that lifestyle, I can give it to you. You can get it, but you're gonna have to work for it. You have to go on that coffee date. You got to go on that park date. Let's go ride the bikes. Let's go to the museum date on Sundays when it's free. Date. Let's talk for a little bit. Date before you get that Ruth Chris Steak 48 date. And I said what I said. I stand on my business. So I enjoyed these videos. They were cool. I'll probably do some more TikTok videos. Hey guys, send some videos to me. Send them to me. I'll definitely react to them. I enjoy reacting to these videos, but yeah. But let me get out of here, man. These were fun. These were cool. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Class dismissed.